Are you looking for cheat codes on how to beat the tax system? Well, hello, my name is Nick. I'm a fractional CFO with Living Water Consulting here in the Metro East, and today we're going to talk about how to finally beat the tax system. So first off, it's important to understand the problem because you don't really have a tax problem. Let me explain what I mean by that real quickly. Your greatest key performance indicator, that means how well your business is doing, is your tax liability. Because if you're making profit, then you're paying taxes, okay? So when people go and tell you need to pay less taxes, you need to spend some money. Now, I'm not saying this isn't specifically a service that you need, but not to willy-nilly pay taxes, because what they're telling you is to minimize your profit. Now, hold on, can they do that? Yeah, because what you asked was, how can I pay less taxes? Not, how can I make more profit? Two totally different questions. So, let me just say this. Your accountant, you want to ask this question: how do I pay less taxes? Your fractional CFO is, how do I make more profit? So what your real problem is you actually have a planning problem. We need to plan ahead, because businesses that fail to plan to fail. But let's look at the fix real quick. We need to take gross revenue, not revenue, because revenue is what you tell your friends make. Gross revenue is what you actually make after you pay for providing that good or service directly. And we're going to allocate it to several buckets. We got taxes, we got operating expenses, we got owner's pay, and we have profit. But we're going to focus on taxes. So what's the move here? We're going to take 15% of that gross revenue and put it to a tax account. That's something we can't touch. This will be different. It'll be in a completely separate place, and specifically for taxes, this is something that we want to physically go put into the bank, and the only way we can get it out is to draw it out ourselves, so that we actually have to go down there, sign some paperwork, and get it out up that when it's time to pay our taxes. Otherwise, we're going to be using it for things we probably shouldn't, or we're not going to have it when it's time we need it, and that's usually the problem. So let's take a look at an example. Let's say we do $1 million in gross revenue. That means you're going to set aside $150,000 in tax reserve. But because you have a great CPA, you're only going to pay $120,000 in taxes. That means you have a problem of what to do with an extra $30,000. Now let's back this up a second. Let's say you have this tax bill of $120,000 and you didn't set aside anything for it, right? So what you're going to have to do is you're trying to lower this burden, which means you're going to eat away profits. Whenever you are trying to lower your tax burden, you are going to eat away at your profits, because that is what is taxed specifically. There's no great thing to it. There's no great secret other than that, okay? So rather than having to do these terrible practices of trying to minimize this or hurry up and come up with money for this, we're just going to have it already planned out and paid out. And so when it comes time, we can just plan, we can pay, and then we can sleep comfortably. Because as we can see from example, I would rather sleep with what to do with $30,000 extra than how to come up with $120,000. So now you know how to beat the system. Go to livingwaterconsulting.com and take 1 or 3 of all free checkups today.